so I guess I will figure that out as we do the intro, or as you do the intro. On Lightshade LE, we're in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, spawning all the way in the bottom right-hand corner. The blue Protoss player coming out from the land of Mexico. He is, of course, going to be representing Infernales Esports. We have Pacomike.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Lightshade LE, we have the Chilean Protoss player. He is green. Some know him as... Who is he on your screen, Yaku?
Battle B.
Some know him as Battle B, but it is sUb.
So I think because you're using the Logos mod for flags,
Yeah.
it's based on
Flag.
countries.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be a different one for each player. If you get, say, Jim Rising versus Cham, which may very well happen, it's going to be Cyan versus Cyan.
Yes. At the moment, we've been lucky enough to have unique flags for every single player so far. But eventually, when the same countries do hit, you're correct. You are going to have that mirror matchup. Yeah.
I'm going to be so confused.
Just turn it off. Just turn it off, man. God damn it.
I want to see which country has which player.
God, shaking my head. Meanwhile, I love this from El Paquito as he is turning things up right now with the proxy. But sUb, he is also on the hunt. We're going to throw down his own. Oh.
Just out of reach. Both basically on the same latitude on the map.
Yeah, and we'll see how this goes here. So obviously, Pacomike was waiting for his own Cybercore to finish up before throwing down a Stargate. And I'm pretty sure sUb is going to do the same.
Unless it's a robo. Show me a robo, please.
Up.
He's waiting.
Yeah, he's actually making Stalkers instead.
Huh. Is this just going to be a reinforcing pylon or so? Then why is the probe still hanging about?
Yeah, we'll see. Quickly checking the vision of sUb. sUb did go in with his probe. He confirms that there is a pylon missing, so right now he's looking. He's searching everywhere for a pylon, prioritizing that instead. Finally, the Stargate gets thrown down, but this is a delayed proxy from sUb.
Very, very delayed. Now, sUb did get a couple of defenses up in his natural base, getting shield battery, which will finish pretty soon. But he's not really going to have the firepower to back it up because of that delayed Stargate.
Mate.
Now things might change, though.
This is huge. Okay, this is huge for a couple of reasons. One, Pacomike, he is throwing down shield batteries. He's going to be sieging. I mean, you know, this is a Terran player. He's going to be sieging with his Void Rays. But because this was scouted, like, we could see a Void Ray made for sUb, and he could try and be sneaky and depower this Stargate. Oh! Okay.
Phoenix instead. I'm not really liking this choice, but we'll see what he does with it.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it is made faster, so when it comes to a speed sort of thing, that it will be able to come out in time to rush back home. But I agree, I don't know how I feel about Phoenixes against Void Rays instead of Void Rays against Void Rays.
Yeah, because as fast as Phoenixes are produced, what is one Phoenix really going to do against a single Void Ray, right? You're still going to be waiting till you get a couple of Phoenixes, or you wait for the right time and the right position when you can flank them with the Stalkers, but unfortunately, Pacomike is a little bit more on top of this. Oh, what if Void Ray's getting so low?
Oh my god, and the shield battery was focused down as well, so no more shield battery available for sUb. He does get one of the Void Rays, but can he get the second? It looks like he cannot.
Almost. Stalkers on the ground are really providing a lot of support right now for Pacomike.
They were. Now they're gone, mate. And now sUb has control of the area, but there's still so many shield batteries that he has to try and work through.
Yeah, a couple of them do get depowered, but a couple more pop out just in time.
Yeah, exactly, and because of this, sUb cannot fight these Void Rays within range of these shield batteries. He has his own shield battery that's about to finish up, but is one going to be enough? He's really waiting for Pacomike to slip up and overextend.
To be fair, that's all he really needs to do right now. Pacomike has extended either both players are one base versus one base. I feel like sUb, if he's patient enough, might be able to pull this off.
Yeah, but it's like a double-edged sword. He has to be patient and wait for Pacomike to pull in too much. But at the same time, if he waits too long, there are going to be more Void Rays, and then it's going to be harder to deal with.
Much harder. Meanwhile, the Void Rays just bypass the entire defensive force. But this could be that scenario you were talking about, Light, where Pacomike slips up a little bit too far, but he retreats well before any major damage can really happen.
Yeah, just in time. This is still so close. A third shield battery finishes up. Now that Phoenix count is actually getting pretty high. Like, it's actually going to be quite, like, formidable here for these Void Rays.
Yeah, they can definitely kite the Void Rays very well.
God, that they
Especially
can.
Pacomike moves a little bit too far outside of shield battery range, focusing down these shield batteries of sUb right now.
Yeah,
actually isolating the Phoenixes a bit.
Yeah, exactly. sUb, unfortunately, he was out of position. He lost 2 shield batteries almost immediately. I feel like maybe they need to be a little bit more back. Like, they are pretty exposed, and they could even force a little bit of awkward maneuvering around this area as well. But we'll see how sUb is able to do this. Again, if Pacomike overextends too much, like, this still can go sUb's way.
Without a doubt, which, again, is why I kind of feel like it's probably better for the shield batteries to be in the back, too.
Yeah, 100%.
sUb can definitely maneuver. He's got the faster units. He can fall back to the shield batteries and then get back to the front lines real quick.
Yeah, ooh, as we do have a bit of a pause. Also, fun fact, sUb was actually a supply block there. That's why he's making 2 pylons right now. He's like, he's trying to warp in. Oh, God. But this is a very intense moment. Are you a ref?
I am.
Oh, okay. Do you want to go for the countdown?
Okay.
Beautiful. Oh my God, Pacomike is going for a Dark Shrine?
There's no detection!
There is no detection.
Oh,
thankfully there is going to be an Oracle, but I don't know if that's going to be enough here. Meanwhile, Pacomike, he's expanding. He's realized that he cannot end the game.
well, no, without DTs.
Not without DTs, true. Oh God, but this is so tense. Oh God, the Adepts, they force, like, again, a response from sUb. He has to respect the power of these Adepts. Oh.
He does cancel that shade. And with that, you know, Pacomike is able to take out 1 shield battery, which is something.
It is. It definitely is. Like, he's just buying time for the DTs. Like, Dark Shrine's about to finish up at the same time. Oracle dives in!
Oh, but it's already a shield battery. Now, Stasis Ward does get thrown down.
Ooh.
No reaction.
Mate, the entire mineral line gets caught there. No mining whatsoever. But that means that there's no energy on the Oracle for that detection that we're going to need at home.
I like that we think the exact same way. My mind as well, a little bit preoccupied on the DTs.
Yeah.
No, it's only 1. It's about all that Pacomike can really afford. So if sUb is quick enough, he might be able to fully wall off.
Can he see? He does. He sees. He walls off.
Shimmer. He sees. Beautiful.
Oh my God. We need
But
the Oracle.
DTs can still attack.
They can. We need the Oracle back home. We need it. Where is it? Oh God.
Still across the map, and even if it does get back home, does it have enough energy for a reveal? It does! Oh, the DTs does get taken out, but the other one is slipping on through. How long until that reveal runs out?
Oh God. Whew. Okay, the DTs, yeah, they all get dealt with. That was a very lucky reveal as well, because it caught both DTs. Jesus Christ, but now we have more DTs being morphed in.
Yeah, but now the Oracles have been able to remake a little bit of energy. 1 DT sneaks on through, but now sUb is breaking on forward to the shield battery location, and I feel like this is a major overextension.
Yeah, exactly. He pulled the trigger, and now was not the time. DTs are going ham in the main base. sUb lost the majority of his army. Pacomike has the greater economy in every single way. It looks like Pacomike has done it. It was a little bit messy. It was a little bit clutch for a while there, but oh God, he just was one step ahead.
Absolutely. He was waiting for sUb to slip up a little bit. And slip up he did, unfortunately.
Exactly. Sub, fun fact, he actually hasn't seen the natural. He doesn't know that Pacomike has double the economy of Sub.
Yeah, that's pretty much why he's still in this.
Hmm.
Because for all he knows, you know, they're both about equal when it comes to the economy.
Yeah.
Oracle gets taken out, so once again, no more detection. All the shield batteries get taken out. This is just about going to be it. GG's called. Pacomike takes game number 1.
GG, well played. That was so close for so long, but we saw that Pacomike, he was trading a little bit more efficiently. Like it took him a long time to start losing Void Rays when he was picking off like shield batteries, phoenixes, stalkers every now and then, and because of that, he had enough resources to invest in tech and invest in another base.
And the Twilight Council, and the Dark Shrine, and DTs.
Exactly.
Once again, just in complete control. Doesn't matter if he's up against, if he's in a PvZ versus Neo Shaggy or a PvP against Sub, but maybe Sub can turn this around.
Maybe.
I would like to see him go for the DTs this time.
I would like to see that as well. As that was still a very close PvP. I mean, shout out to Sub for recognizing what his opponent was going for and responding. But in the execution, he did slip up a couple of times here and there. Ooh, hopefully he can turn things around and maybe we can go to the Ace match.
I will say that Sub already had quite a bit of a rough start because he was, despite the fact that he was always going to go for that proxy Stargate, he did kind of want to play a little bit more reactive. He wanted to scout around and try to see if there was any proxies before really dedicating, or before really committing, and then by the time he committed, it's a little bit too late.
It's also one of those things where because he was responding to Pacomike's proxy, the fact that his Stargate was across the map actually hurt him a lot because he had to wait so much longer for his reinforcements.
That's why he had to go for the Phoenixes.
Yeah.
He needed that speed. Couldn't afford to get Void Rays, which would slowly make their way across the map.
Yeah, exactly. Ugh, feels bad, man. Feels bad. But now we're getting ready for game number 2. Before we get into game number 2, massive shout out to Blaker Dudes because earlier he did throw down some bits, but now he also resubs 2 months in a row. Gracias, papi.
Gracias por 2 months sub.
Gracias.
Amigo.
There you go. Gracias. Oh, God. Meanwhile, massive shout out to Finantok in the chat, of course. If you ever cast Pacomike, know that Finantok will be there to watch it.
Every single time. Without fail.
Without fail, mate. Without fail. Meanwhile, a bit of a feels bad, man. I did get word that Cristiano versus Cham started at around the same time that we started our first game of the series.
No. Alright, you know what you need to do, Cristiano? Stall as long as you can. We're not going to go into our semifinals immediately, you know? We have a little bit of time.
True.
Both semis are going to be casted, so just stall. Buy time, Cristiano, but he's probably going to have to buy a lot of time. Because we're loading in to Romanticide.
Yeah, luckily time is a little bit cheaper nowadays because he's not the champion, so.
Ooh! Devalued. Oof!
I love you, time.
Such a feels bad.
Oh, God. Look. The time is over, mate. It's all about the cyan.
How crazy has this season of DreamHack been?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to talk too much about NA and EU, but because, like, you know, those things just happened. We have a little bit of a spoiler thingy going on, but yeah, there was some very interesting developments going on there. Regardless, we are now going to be continuing this series on Romanticide LE. We're in the top left-hand corner map, spawning all the way in the top left-hand corner. We have the blue Protoss player coming down from the land of Mexico. He is not Paco, not Miguel, but Pacomike, representing Infernales.
I was just adjusting some audio levels there, but spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Romanticide LE, we have the Chilean Protoss player. He is green, representing himself, and all las lacras out there. It is sUb.
proxies yet.
Not yet, mate. Not yet. Oh boy. And we're on Romanticide, so we could be in for a very different PvP.
Yeah, already looking at the builds and looking at where the buildings are actually positioned, it very much looks like we're in for much more of a standard game coming out from both players.
To begin with, like, of course, at some point we could be seeing some DTs out on the map. We could see, like, you know, a Twilight Council into Proxy Dark Shrine. In fact, I'm hoping that that's what we see.
Okay.
They're both doing it, mate. They're both doing it again.
I never should have doubted.
Oh my god. Okay, so obviously they're both waiting for the Cyber Course to finish up. They're both finishing up at the exact same time. Nice synced up builds, and with the finish, with the completion of these Cyber Cores, we should be seeing some Stargates or a Robo. Oh my god! I was saying it's a joke.
Okay, Robo from the side of Pacomike. Now it's sUb's call. Pacomike does go all the way with his probe, and he will confirm that there is a pylon missing. Not sure if sUb has been able to do that. Meanwhile, he actually throws out a gateway instead of Stargate by his proxy.
So a couple of things have happened. Both of them did scout each other. That is one. sUb actually did this with his scouting probe, fun fact. So they're both aware that a pylon is missing, but a very interesting choice of a gateway here. So we're going to be seeing a pretty heavy stalker composition from sUb, and if he catches this proxy, like, he can shut down this immortal. Like, the immortal is going to be naked for a little bit.
Yeah, it's almost going to be quality versus quantity, right? I'm sure sUb was expecting another Stargate, which these stalkers would do very, very well against. Not as much versus the Immortals, but considering how much more expensive Immortals are, how much longer they take to make, there are going to be a couple of points in time where sUb will have the numbers on his side and will have enough to overwhelm the army of Pacomike. I almost said that.
Yeah, speaking of, here we go. Out comes the army of Pacomike. sUb was trying to look for the proxy, but he could not find it. And as a result, only one stalker goes down for both players. Ooh, sUb loses a second on the retreat.
What do we say about the quality of the Immortals here, Light?
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Guardian Shell was popped a while ago, and here comes the quantity coming into play for sUb. The Immortals so low! One more volley!
And there we have it. The Immortal goes down. sUb has a little bit of momentum. He wants to try and push on forward. There was not a second Immortal in production. Instead, it was a War Prism, so now is the moment for sUb to try and catch this.
Oh, but funnily enough, with that War Prism, one, he draws a little bit of fire away from the Stalkers while keeping that Warp Prism alive, but more importantly, two, he has a speed warp in on Stalkers here. He has enough of a buffer to buy himself some time for another Immortal to get out. I'm loving the moves here from Pacomike.
Exactly.
Feels very strategic.
If sUb didn't split up his army, which he was just forced to recall one of his Stalkers, then maybe he could have shut this down, but the Immortal is up. We have the Warp Prism, we have reinforcements, we have micro potential.
A lot of micro potential. It's always a little bit precarious when you're going Warp Prism against these many Stalkers, but at least there is micro potential. The Warp Prism does get taken out. And once again, sUb has the numbers on his side.
That he does. We have a Sentry, but it's a little bit too late for that. sUb once again is trying to push all the way up to the Robo, but it looks like the Immortal is going to pop out just in time to defend. Oof.
Notice how Pacomike is using the shrubbery to always make sure he hits first.
Exactly. He always shoots first, mate. Meanwhile, he outmaneuvers him because he warps in at the proxy, and now he can depower this.
Aha!
And we're in a weird...
Pacomike is completely undeterred. He's looking to depower this as well.
And there is no recall. Recall was used earlier on that lone Stalker, and because of that, sUb has to walk all the way back home.
Pacomike could have the high ground, but he's about to get surrounded by all of these boys. This is basically his entire army as the Stalkers come in for the flank.
Exactly. Nice target fire. The Immortal will get focused down once again. There is a worker trying to repower this Robo, but it's a little bit too late. sUb has once again taken the fight.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not sure if Pacomike can really continue from that robo position, which
Yeah.
is why he warps in at home instead. He keeps a probe here just in case there's an opportunity, but his attention right now is in the defense. He's actually making another robo
Yeah.
back home.
Yeah.
Ah, mi tengo.
He's saying I have to go. He's
Kailangan en otro torneo. Digo.
Oh god.
El walkover.
GG gets cold. Sub, to be fair, had the advantage in this game, but it looks like Pacomike is going to give him the series.
Yeah, Sub was going to win that game regardless, and when we get to the ace match, who knows what can happen. Again, it's a PvP. But yeah, I like to imagine that it was mostly Pacomike being like, okay, you took a game from me. That is good enough. Go forth and carry on my legacy the rest of this tournament.
You've earned this, mate. Take the mantle of LatAm Protoss and move on.
And with that, it's a little unfortunate that we don't get a full 3-game series, but those 2 games kind of felt like 3 games to me. Very intense, especially game number 2. Very much, 2 games where anything could have happened. Sub will advance to the semifinals, and he's not the only one, as Cham takes out Cristianox 2-0. Feels bad, man. I wanted to cast you, Cristiano.
Yeah, I wanted to cast him as well. Feels bad. It would have been great. It would have been great. But yeah, we do have our 2 semi-finalists. Unfortunately, they are on opposite ends of each other, so !B in the chat if you want to have a look at the bracket yourselves. We do have those 2 players already in the next round. And I guess to elaborate a little bit, because I'm pretty sure I know what Pacomike is referring to, Pacomike does have to go and play in a team league that is Berserker Team League, which is scheduled at this hour. For nada the teams, because you do have the opportunity to reschedule if you wish.
So the Ducklings did.
It's what we did. Oh god.
Shout out to Oreo, our
yeah,
captain.
Exactly. Oh god. But yeah, so it looks like unfortunately Pacomike does have to step away.
Unfortunate turn of events. I mean, Pacomike could have been a 2-day champion. 2-day champion, right? He won yesterday.
Yeah.
As they said to me. Yeah, could have been a 2-day champion here, but team leagues do take precedence. Ever since the very early days of StarCraft Root War, team leagues always take precedence to individual league.
Yeah, that they do. So yeah, best of luck to Pacomike in his team league match. He's of course playing in Berserker Team League. You know what? I could actually check to see what
for
team.
Infernales. Yeah,
right. Infernales Esports.
Yeah.
He is currently going up against License to Kill, US team.
Oh, but do we know which player specifically?
He is playing against Maples, Canadian Protoss.
Oh, that's a PvP.
That's a PvP, mate. That's a PvP. Fun fact, a License to Kill, we're facing them next week, and they are one of the stronger teams that I'm a little bit concerned about.
They are. I mean, they've already got Naples, so.
Yeah, they've got Maples.
Did I say Naples? I meant Maples.
They've got Maples, Riser, Binsky, and Rocker, so some very strong NA players.
Aye.
Oh yeah.